Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
We are Ninth Island Connection, and this is This Week in Vegas.
The Ninth Island Connection podcast, where we're bringing you everything that's happening this week in Vegas. News, weather, events, all that good stuff going on here on the Ninth Island of Las Vegas.
But before we get started, if you're not already, and this is your first time here, or if you've been here and you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps us out. You're interested in Vegas, the algorithm brought you here because that's all we do on this channel. Hotel reviews, pools, restaurants, traffic, weather, events, announcements,
Everything
gambling.
Vegas!
So that you can have the best possible time while you're here on vacation.
All right, let's get into it. We have a lot to cover, starting with the news, and the numbers are in for January 2026.
They're not good. They're actually even worse because they're down from 2025, which was already down from 2024. So this is not a great 3-year trend we're on right now.
No, and not a good start to this year. We're actually down 2.2% from 2025. And remember, 2025, we dropped 7.5% from 2024. So add that up, what is that, 9.7% down from 2024 when things were going pretty well here in Vegas.
Oh, we were popping here in Vegas. There was a lot going on. And as a result, there's some cancellations that have already been announced, and we'll get to that later. And it's really directly attributed to the drop in tourism. We're seeing small businesses unfortunately have to close their doors. Shows closing. A restaurant closed after 30-something years in business as a direct result of a lack in tourism. At the same time, there are also some great deals in Vegas right now as they try to get your dollar while you're here on vacation.
Back to the numbers. Air travel did drop 7.9%. That's all the traffic coming in through Harry Reid. And then the hotel occupancy, not surprisingly, dropped 2.4%. The Strip overall had 82.9% occupancy, and downtown only had 64.2%. So that's a little concerning right there, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
There were some positives though. Convention attendance was up 6.9%. And of course we had the SHOT Show and World of Concrete were the
Those
two
are always really
heavy
big
hitters.
Yeah.
So that brought in a lot of traffic, and probably why the Strip had higher occupancy because those are located off of the Strip. And also kind of, I don't know if this is not necessarily good news for the casino gaming industry here in Vegas. Everything else was kind of suffering last year. Everything was down, businesses were closing, and the casinos kept winning. Record setting. Last January in 2025, they had one of their third biggest record-setting
wins. That means you lost.
Yes.
That means a lot of us lost a lot last year, January.
Yes. So they're down 11%. The state's gaming win is down 11%. They still brought in $1.3 billion. The Strip overall had $747.6 million. But still down, so you know what? That may be the wake-up call that these big casinos need to start having more deals, less price gouging, and really kind of getting back to like a more affordable Vegas. That old Vegas that people miss.
You hit it right on the head. The old Vegas that people miss. You know why that's huge? Because while Vegas was down, the rest of the state was up. Mesquite was up. Reno was up. Southern Tahoe was up. The rest of the state for gambling, the off-strip properties, your stations, casinos, all of those guys were winning. We're up over last year. The Strip corridor and downtown, which is a lot of corporations, publicly traded companies, down, hemorrhaging money.
So, I mean, wake up Vegas, open your ears, listen to this, because it's not going to get better unless prices start dropping consistently. And not like, you have $10 beers instead of $15 beers. I mean, like real true drops in prices.
Right. And guess what, guys? You've seen the warmer temperatures here in Vegas. And if you haven't seen them, it's been mid-70s into the 80s. Beautiful,
yes.
And pools are open.
Yes, that's exciting because They typically do open in March, but it's usually mid-March that we see them opening. And they actually opened the last week in February, which we've been living in Vegas since 2018, and we've never had temperatures like this ever before. And pools have never been open in February,
No.
the seasonal pools. There are
Right.
year-round pools, but the seasonal pools have not been open. So this is just like crazy.
I feel like it's going to be a super hot summer because it's beginning already. I mean,
Yes.
we're seeing mid 80s in the first week of March. That's insane.
Exactly.
But you know what? There's been a big blizzard across, I know the Northeast has gotten pounded, the Midwest. You guys come to town, enjoy mid 80s in full sun, and hang out at the pools here in Vegas.
Right? So we talked last week in our podcast about a dog who was left by their owner at Harry Reid Airport and was nicknamed JetBlue, which still an upsetting story, but it does have a happy ending. There were over 2,700 applications to adopt JetBlue. That's what they're calling
Well,
the
because
dog.
it was left at the JetBlue counter.
Yes.
And it was
So-
abandoned. You said left. The dog was abandoned.
Yes.
It was dumped. It
Yes.
was discarded
Yes, which
like
is-
trash, which is absolutely terrible.
Yes. But
I
happy
got that out
news.
of my system.
Yes, Jesus. Happy news, the police officer who responded initially was actually the selected recipient to adopt this dog. So this dog now has a home with him and his family here in Las Vegas. So that's awesome news.
And a last bit of good news on that same story, JetBlue, who didn't have to do anything at all, they donated $6,000 to the local animal shelter, which is awesome.
Yes, very nice. So, congratulations, JetBlue, to your new home, and I'm sure you have a new name, and to the family that's going to be taking care of you much better, clearly, than your former owner.
So we've got big streaming news. And, there's been stories in the past and even we have been kind of tapped on the shoulder. No recording. I'm just recording myself playing slots. No, you cannot record in here. The Plaza actually was ahead of the game with allowing cell phone recording, pictures being taken.
They're very social media friendly.
They always
by
had that.
themselves, yes.
And when they opened Brian Christopher Slots years ago, that was like the first property where they said anything goes in here. You can live stream, you can record yourself, you can record your friends, take
Which
all the
actually
pictures
had
you want.
royalty-free music in there as well.
Royalty-free music
Yeah.
playing in the casino there,
And it's non-smoking.
and it's not smoking, which is still the first and only on Fremont Street that is non-smoking, 100% non-smoking or vaping. Well, now the Plaza has said, you know what, we're all in on this. Come in, stream your gambling. You can live stream, you can record it, you can record your friends, you can take pictures, all of that stuff. They just want you to come in, of course, promote them while you're doing it, because you're gonna say, I'm here at the Plaza in downtown Las Vegas gambling. They also have live streaming table games where the dealers have cameras set, well, not the dealers, but there's cameras set up where they're 24-hour live streaming the people that are gambling there at the tables, and you can just message your friends, hey, I'm down at the Plaza, log in here, and you can watch me gambling here, playing blackjack, having straight FOMO that I'm in Vegas and you're not.
Although it would be nice if it was kind of like where you could hear them back going, stop while you're ahead.
Don't take a hit on 17. Don't hit on 17, Sebastian.
Or, hey, it's 4 a.m, get up here.
That's true. All of the spouses forget about it.
Anyway, moving on, there's a story in the headlines here in Vegas that Donny Osmond and Harrah's, with the casino where Donny Osmond performs, they're getting sued by a concert goer because the concert goer was struck by an oversized ball.
Yeah, so I've seen these giant like beach balls before. They're popular at music festivals and stuff, and a lot of times they'll have like a GoPro in the center, and it'll just get launched off of the stage, and the audience kind of passes it around.
Yeah.
And then the promoters or whomever from the concert, they use that footage to promote the concert. And a lot of times it'll be Bluetooth to a screen. So if you're in the audience, you can see it on one of the big screens. while it's moving around the crowd and all that stuff. Well, this woman, she must have been looking this way because that massive ball came off and smacked her upside the head. And she sustained injuries, neck injuries, and you know, everything else that goes along with that. And they're being sued.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess be careful if you go see Donny Osmond. Watch out for the big flying balls.
And nobody wants balls to the face that they weren't expecting.
No, we don't, right? All right, moving on from that. Some unfortunate news. When We Were Young Festival is taking 2026 off. They did say they will be returning in October of 2027, but I mean, is it the lack of tourism? Is it the lack of event space for them? Because wasn't it done at the Las Vegas Event Center?
Yeah, that was one where there were different pop-ups around the downtown area as well. So yeah, I mean, it's all of the above. It's higher prices, it's tourism is down, and event space is shrinking.
Yep. Getting into some concert announcements that are not happening this week, but tickets are going to be on sale this week. Starting with one I'm very excited about. Metallica has confirmed that they will be a part of the Sphere. They're officially coming here. The pre-sale kicks off actually today, and then general ticket sale is on the 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're
exciting. Great in concert. We've seen them here in Vegas and had an awesome time.
Yes, and it's going to be I can't even imagine how cool the experience is going to be at the Sphere. And if you're interested in going, I'd really recommend trying to get those tickets as they're on sale versus when they go to the resale and get jacked up in price. They'll be expensive regardless.
And it will sell out.
Yeah, and the dates for those concerts, that's in October, the 1st, the 3rd, the 8th, the 10th, the 15th, the 17th, the 24th, the 29th, and 31st.
That's pretty much the entire month of October. In other Sphere news, you know what I mean. At the Sphere, there's more news, and it's boxing. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mo Money? Is he Mo Money or just Money?
I don't know.
Floyd, I think he's just Money.
He's like, don't ask me for an autograph or to take a picture with me.
Right, because my middle name is Money.
Yeah.
Mayweather are going to be fighting at the Sphere on September 19th, and that's also going to be streaming live on Netflix. This is a rematch. There's a lot of speculation about, is it financially driven, or do they really want to have a real non-exhibition boxing match? It's up in the air. They will sell out, and I don't know, I think it's like 50-50. I haven't seen a line yet as far as betting on this one. Who's the underdog, who's favored, and all that business. But I feel like it's going to be pretty split because they're both amazing athletes.
Well, I think that, you know, we watched it it was like over a decade ago when they fought, like what, 14 years ago maybe?
Yeah, we were still
in Hawaii.
We had a big party at the house.
Yeah, we did pay-per-view to watch it, and it was not money well spent. It was a very boring fight. It seemed staged and just for the money at that time.
Yeah. And
I feel like now that it's at the Sphere, it's the same thing on a bigger scale. I think it's a show. I think it's like the Tyson, Jake Paul kind of fight thing of
that wasn't even a fight.
Hype. Yeah.
That was just a cash grab.
Exactly, and that's what I think this is. But people are gonna go, like you said. And
it'll sell out.
Gonna watch it,
people will come to Vegas. People will spend money. They will bet. It'll still happen. Yeah. We'll be watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll be scrolling through social media because I don't care. What I do care about is that Backstreet Boys have added more shows at the Sphere. Again, another Sphere story.
So they're coming back?
They're back again.
Again.
Yes, oh my God.
Again and again and again. They've been here for a minute.
Yes. Anyways, the dates that they've added are July 30th and 31st, and August 1st, and then August 6th, 7th, and 8th.
And then last, but certainly not least, Norah Jones is going to be at the Venetian on May 9th. I like Norah Jones. We used to listen to Norah Jones a lot.
I do. I just think of her in Ted. Is it Ted or Ted 2 that she's in?
Ted 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Norah.
Yeah. All right, let's move into some jackpots. Starting at Treasure Island, there were 2 different jackpots that happened there this week. Somebody won $11,046 on, of course, a Dragon Link. that is one of the heavy hitters lately.
Yeah, it's like every week we're talking about Dragon Link.
Yep. And then somebody won $25,000 on a double gold slot. That's one of those old-timey real slot machines.
Yep.
Yes, and this was a $5 machine.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they were betting, but regardless of what they were betting,
Probably
$25,000
$25,000
was a nice tip.
Because they're like what's considered low volatility.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned this, guys. Low volatility means no bells and whistles.
Yes.
It's just boom, reels turn. No goldfish swimming around or King Kong. So you have a higher payout like that, right? All the games that we like,
Yes.
that are like, ooh, look at the flashing lights. Here's
Right.
my money. It doesn't have all that, so there's a higher payout percentage on those machines.
Okay, maybe we should start playing those then.
Absolutely, I'm down. Over at Palace Station, somebody won $11,722.12 playing Cash Express Legend. I don't know what the Cash Express is, but there's a legend of Cash Express as well.
It's the one where it has the little train in the front, and it has like that little bonus where it fills up. It's like kind of how a Stampede bonus fills up. It's like the little speedometer thing or odometer, whatever that's called. It fills up and does this.
I don't know that.
I feel like I keep doing this. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Thanks for the visual aid. I still don't. I don't know that I've ever seen it. I'm sure that I've probably walked past it.
We just
played it
when we were staying at Horseshoe. It was when we came out of the elevator. And it had the bonus. It was on the end.
Oh, the little ones, the smaller ones. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was called Cash Express. I just saw the bonus about to be filled, and we thought, let's play that.
Yes. Well, we got it.
Because it looked like a Stampede. The Buffalo Stampede game.
But it didn't pay.
No.
It didn't pay that $11,722.12.
It certainly did not. And staying at Palace Station, somebody was playing Huff and Puff. Huff and Puff. They won $20,233.50. And I'm just hating on Puff and stuff.
Puff and stuff.
Puff and stuff and Huff and Puff and stuff. Well, there's more stuff and Huff and even more Puff and stuff. And then there's the mansions. Huff and Puff Mansion Edition that they had at Paris.
There's
the giant ones. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's the 4-pack ones.
Clearly, there's some that are winners because we've talked about Huff and Puff
every week.
Yes.
Every week somebody's
kind of
playing.
getting up there with Dragon Link.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it's the same manufacturer.
I don't know. And then last in our jackpots is the big one. This was down at Circa. Somebody was playing Pai Gow and ended up winning $385,363.34. That is a hell of a win on Pai Gow. That is like some life-changing money right there.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Unfortunately, we didn't get any jackpots when we were staying over at the link. We do have a video that's coming out on Wednesday about our experience staying at the link and in that whole area. Of course, we didn't spend 2 days right inside the link the whole time. So if you're interested in that, that'll be out on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And if you're a member, you'll have access to that ahead of time. Everything goes live in our member section before it's public here on our channel. We also include television episode segments that we can't just put on our YouTube channel because we have contracts with the television stations and networks that we air on because we will be competing with them. So all of that stuff is in our member section as well. And that's like behind the scenes footage of interviews with like Oscar Goodman, Carolyn Goodman when she was mayor, Carlos Santana, just all of these different things that we've done for the television show that we can't just make public. If you're interested in that, that's in our member section as well.
So that's already actually in the member section. All right, moving into weather. This is what you can expect this week in Vegas when it comes to the weather. And we have another beautiful week ahead. Not as hot as last week, but we are starting out in the upper 70s and then dropping like later into the week into the 60s and then getting back up into 70 at the end of the week. Of course, we've got those nightly lows in the upper 40s, so definitely bring your jacket with you.
All right, guys, let's get into the events. And there's a lot of them. And this is in addition to all of the regular events that are here all the time that never leave, like Cirque, Absinthe, Carrot Top, Carlos Santana, all the irregular guys that are, or people I should say, because Jen Kramer, she's also always here. She's at the Westgate. Everybody that's already here, they're still here. This is just in addition. And let's start with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, going to be down at the Smith Center on the 3rd through the 5th.
And then also at the Smith Center, you have Shen Yun is going to be there the 5th through the 8th.
Delinium presents Odyssey. That's going to be over at the Sphere, and they're going to be there the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
And then Alice Cooper and Chris Angel are starting off their Welcome to Our Nightmare show. It's a collaboration between the two of them. That's going to be at the Chris Angel Theater inside of Planet Hollywood. That's going to be the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th.
And what a perfect collaboration.
Right?
Like whoever's manager reached out to the other, that's just genius.
Yeah.
They should have done it like 15 years ago.
Right?
That's perfect for them. So we've got Foreigner over at Venetian, and that's going to be on the 6th and 7th.
And then Jennifer Lopez is over at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace on the 6th and the 7th.
Molly Hatchet down at the Golden Nugget on the 6th.
And then 9 Inch Nails will be at MGM Grand on the 7th.
And heading back to the 80s, Billy Ocean, he's an 80s guy, yeah? I feel like he was from the 80s. I feel like my aunts listened to Billy Ocean when I was a kid.
Okay.
But Billy Ocean is going to be down at the Westgate on the 7th.
And then Chow Chuan, I hope I said that correctly, is going to be over at the Palms on the 7th.
311 Day over at Dolby Live, that's at Park MGM on the 7th and 8th.
And then Rob Anderson will be over at the Venetian on the 6th.
Chelsea Handler, she's coming back. She's here all the time.
Yep.
At the Cosmopolitan on the 7th.
And then last of the comedians is Jim Brewer at the Venetian on the 7th.
Let's get into sports. The Henderson Silver Knights are going to be home at the Lee's Family Forum. That's going to be on the 4th.
And if you're wondering who the Henderson Silver Knights are, that is like the, I guess, minor league, you would call it,
It's a minor
hockey
league
team
hockey
for the
team.
Vegas Golden Knights.
They're really good. They get called up all the time for Vegas.
Yeah. And then over at the Orleans on the 5th, and that's actually going to go through the 10th, they're having the Credit Union 1 WCC Basketball Championship.
This one I think is just like, would be on ESPN, the Ocho with dodgeball. This is the Vishon Power Slap 18. This is the 18th iteration of this. Wolverine versus the Crazy Hawaiian at Fontainebleau on the 6th. And what is it? They just slap the hell out of each other as hard as they can.
You should try it. You want to do that?
No, they get knocked out. A lot of them, I've seen them get knocked out with an open hand to slap.
So they just do this?
They stand there kind of like arm wrestling. You know,
I
arm
would just
wrestling?
stand and I would just slap you? Let's try.
We're not going to play that out. Don't try this at home,
I'll
kids.
go first. Don't
Don't try this at home. They just hold on to like a handle and just slap the hell out of each other until one of them hits the ground.
I mean, I don't know what to say on that
I
one.
mean, good for them. Good for them.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Vegas Golden Knights are going to be at T-Mobile Arena. They're going to be playing the Minnesota Wild on the 6th.
And then we've got a big UFC fight coming to town at T-Mobile, UFC 326, Max Holloway versus Oliveira.
It's a rematch, right?
That's going to be a great fight. And that's going to be on March 7th.
And then we've got the USA Gymnastics American Cup 2026 happening at Lee's Family Forum on the 7th.
And then we've got the 2026 Big League Weekend. That's going to be out at the Las Vegas Ballpark, which is right next to Red Rock, which is a really nice area. You can make an entire day of being out at the ballpark and around the ballpark. There's a lot to do out there in the Summerlin area. You've got the Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels, and that's going to be on the 7th and the 8th.
And then the big convention happening this week is the Con Expo Con. That's going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center on the 3rd through the 7th.
And then we've got First Friday. And if you guys didn't know, we do have a First Friday in our downtown area around the Arts District, which we always encourage you guys, just take a trip down there. This weather is actually perfect to head on down there for the afternoon. There's breweries, there's restaurants, antique shops. There's just a lot going on down there, and it's all very walkable. It's a really cool part of town and just a few minutes from the strip, actually. Anyway, we've got our First Friday That's going to be happening down around the Arts Factory. But if you tell your Lyft driver, hey, I'm heading down to First Friday in the Arts District, or your rideshare, or your taxi, whomever, they're going to know exactly where to take you, and that's going to be on the 6th.
And that's a really fun event. It's a family-friendly event. It's outdoors. You have live music. You have different art vendors. You have food trucks. So it's just a really fun, family-friendly, actually fun for every age event. That's it, guys, for this week in Vegas. Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. And if you made it this far, if you could please help us out and go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you're not already. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help us out.
Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.